So, just about everyone has given their take on Russia invading Ukraine. This happened about 4 days ago as of recording this, and I haven't really gave my official take on the topic. Now, since this is such a widespread topic and pretty much everyone has already given their take on it, I didn't really feel like it was necessary to do a whole podcast episode revolving around this topic. Obviously, in my podcast, I usually choose a main topic and discuss that throughout the podcast. That's kind of what I do every week. But I didn't really feel it necessary to do it on that topic because pretty much everyone has already gave their take on it, and my take is pretty much the exact same. And, as for my take is that Russia is engaging in imperialism, and they are literally just invading another country for their natural resources and land. And obviously they shouldn't be doing that. And at least for most of the world, they have already started sanctioning Russia, which is good because it'll hurt the Russian economy and hopefully stop this war sooner. Another good thing is that at least Ukraine is putting up a very good resistance against Russia. As of now, Russia has not taken the capital yet, which is really good to see. And also the president of Ukraine, Zelensky, is still there fighting, which I think has really galvanized the Ukrainian people to fight even harder. The fact that their president is fighting in the capital along with them when he was offered a ride to get out of there, when he simply applied, "Hey, I just need more ammunition." Now, as for how I see this war ending, I see it ending in negotiations, but I don't see it being very favorable to Ukraine, obviously. And I don't know as of now if Russia will take the capital or they might not. This war is costing them around $20 billion a day to fund, and they have already used 2/3 of their military force already in the first 4 days. So I don't know how it is exactly going to end. I know they will be having talks Monday, so that'll be the 28th of February, but I really don't know what will happen after that. And that's pretty much my take on the Russia-Ukraine invasion and war as of now, because mainly everyone has already talked about this topic, and I was going to actually dedicate a full episode on it, but I didn't really feel it necessary to do that, and I kind of wanted to try, a shorter video as of now, like doing some gameplay in the background. As you can see, it's Black Ops 2 Town, me just in the 30s, I believe. But I did want to do a shorter type of video. This is actually my first Call of Duty commentary in about 7 years, which is insane to think about. And, who would have known it would be on Black Ops 2, but that's really all my PC can handle at this point. But I have talked about, obviously on the podcast, that I will be upgrading my PC quite soon. And that is something I will be talking about in this episode or this week's podcast. This week's podcast will really be more about the channel. That's really what I wanted the topic to be about, because, there really isn't any other main topics than Russia invading Ukraine. That seems to be the only news, at least for the past week, which, makes sense. But I did want to take this week as a week to where I basically talk about on the podcast my sort of plans for the future of my channel, what I want to do with video uploads, because pretty much since I have started the podcast, that has been the norm on the channel. It's just been me uploading a podcast once a week, and obviously I wanted to change that because I know the podcast will only take me so far on YouTube, and I think that means actually uploading more videos, maybe doing some sort of like Call of Duty commentaries like what I'm doing right now. That's also in the plans, and also plans for doing other style videos as well. But obviously those are all just plans for now. Basically, in this week's episode of the podcast, I'll be talking over my full thoughts of what I want to do for my channel, and also a special announcement for my second channel on what I want to do over there. Also, as a final note, I guess I'm asking for anyone watching to put in the comments down below, do you like this style video more than the podcasts that are typically 30 minutes more, or even an hour or two? And especially like my last podcast, that was over 3 hours, but that was a special one with a guest where we really just went on and on. But do you kind of like these shorter videos? I mean, I guess the analytics will show if people actually watch these over the podcast, but I think that's been a problem with my channel ever since I have came back to YouTube and done the podcast is, I'm not someone to look at views, but I know that that's just an inevitable thing to do with looking at stats on YouTube, and maybe doing these shorter videos when I basically give my take on something in the first 3 to 4 minutes in the video, and the video might only be like 6 or 7 minutes long, under 10 minutes. That's kind of what I shoot for. But these shorter type of videos, these Call of Duty commentaries, or these just gaming commentaries in general, if these more or less do better on the channel, or at least show better results, I don't mind doing them. I also actually really like doing them because this is what started my channel. And this a little bit unorthodox one to come back to, which is such a big situation like the Russia invading Ukraine one. But I'm very glad I was able to record my first Call of Duty commentary back on YouTube. All I can say is that I'm glad to be back doing them, but that's really all I had to say in this video. Thank you for watching, and until next time, see ya.